Welcome back to Potato League. Today we're going over ZvZ. This is a really good ZvZ that I played a couple days back against this other Zerg here. And I overdroned and I died is what happened on this game. So I'm going to kind of walk through what I'm talking about. I'm going to kind of talk over what I'm thinking about in this game, what my goals are, and what I'm thinking. I already said that. And try to see if I was too greedy or if I could have gotten away with this and just did something else wrong. I want to see. So what my opponent does is basically a 44 worker Nidus Roach all in. And he hits me with roaches before he Niduses. So he's really, or she, I'm not going to assume anyone's gender, it's 2019. They get up to 44 workers and then just smash me with roaches. I made a call that I was like, okay, I'm going to go up to, because they've already invested in, well, I'll get onto it when I'm there. So right now, my basic game plan is open up Ling Bane. I do little tiny Ling Bane pressure if I see that they have not walled. But I get the Bane mess pretty early just as a precaution thing. I get 3 hatches really early and I try to leverage my larva advantage to either all in them with lings or to explode my economy really quickly. So I try to play this game, but I know that if they're not doing something similar to me, if they're doing a 2 hatch or something like that, I know that I'll have a larva and usually a worker advantage very early. So we're just going to look at what's going on with workers right now. This is where we're going to stay. I'm going to check for supply block and stuff like that, but this is where we are. So right now we're dead even on walkers. I usually stop at 27. So right here I'm waiting for 58 to see if they're going to if I can do a if I can have links coming across the map. That's the one thing I do. So I get up to 19 supply and then I wait. If I see lings, then I just save up my larva and I'll get a bunch of larva here as soon as it starts. A bunch of lings as soon as my hatchery pops instead of the overlord. But I feel safe. I get the overlord. Start up speed right on time, so everything's good so far. I'm scouting this overlord I never put in the right spot. 31 supply, I'm going to go take my 3rd base, and I'm going out to his 3rd base to see when he's going to take it.
A new queen has emerged.
Queen, 2nd queen. I do full injects on this. I don't do a lot of creep spread in the ZvZ. I want the lings and larva to explode my economy.
Our forces are under attack.
So right here at the 31 supply, I get the Baneling nest. And now I'm gonna stick right here on the 27 workers. I should have about 27 workers right now. Just make 1 more worker than I usually do. I'm up to 28. So I'm a little bit greedy, and now I'm going to make a whole bunch of lings. But before I start making my lings, I'm going to scout in to his... No, I'm sorry. Here we go. I'm going to rewind back a little bit. So when I'm taking my Baneling nest, I jump the most important part here. We're right at this spot. Let's see what I'm looking at. So right here, I'm on 27 workers. 23 workers. I'm about to make my workers up to 27. He's super. Does he not have any safety lings? Greedy boy. No safety lings. But he's going to wall off, which makes sense. Anyway, regardless. So right now is when I'm going to start making a bunch of lings to go and attack if I see. I can.
You're engaging the opponent.
So I send the overlord over, and I'm like, okay, he's already walling off 3 hatcheries. So right now I'm like, okay, we're not doing the Ling thing. We're not going to do the Ling meme, the Ling Bane thing. We're not going to do that at all. We're going to make workers. Now what I should have done is probably canceled that Baneling nest and started my layer up right away. So now I'm going into full drone production, and I'm going to get up to 55 workers. But I want to see when he starts making roaches. When does his first roach start? I do cancel it. I'm good. I'm glad I did that. Glad I canceled
Your
this.
forces are taking damage.
I'm trying to get into scout to see if he's doing something like a baneling, not a baneling nest, a spire is what I tried to scout, but I couldn't get in, so I'm just going to keep my lings over on his side of the map to see when they're going to come across. So I've got total map vision right now. When's it take his third? When's it going to come out? So me, he's still making workers. I'm still making workers. I'm not supply blocked. He's not supply blocked. My layer is starting at a reasonable time. His layer is starting at a reasonable time. He's on 41 workers. I am on 37 workers, but he's skipped a bunch of workers at the beginning. Now we're on the same economy. 41, 41. Let's see when he starts making workers. When he start making units. Got +1 started already. We're both dog shit, which is why we suck. I'm ahead of him on workers now. I've got 3 hatches, so I've gotten a larva advantage and a worker advantage. There's his first. So at 42 workers, he starts his first roach. Let's see how many gases he's on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 3 gases. He hasn't saturated this one. I think he's going to be doing that soon. Alright. So 440 is when he is saturated and he starts making his units. Let's see. Because I keep droning until 55. I'm going to make... I should have stopped right about here, because I would have had defender's advantage. So let's just kind of put this on ×2. Yeah, there he is, going up to 44 now. 44, there it is. That's what he wanted. He's just realizing that he's not saturated his gas up here. There it is. Now he's starting his Hydralisk then. He's still staying on 44 workers. No, I'm starting a Hydralisk then. He's going to push out with the +1/+1. Okay, so right now, what this shows me is if he was a really solid player, he would be on my side of the map right now with what he has. Let's see what the units he's got. He's got 10 roaches right now. And I have just a bunch. I have 51 workers. But I'm making 3 Hydras right now. I start making Hydras. Maybe this is another mistake. I should have just stayed on pure roach. I also don't know what else he's doing. This is just like a roach punch in the face. But I make 5 more workers up to 55. This was the greedy spot. So there it was. These 5 workers should have been units instead of workers. So that's one thing I'm going to say I did bad. Got supply. I'm not supply blocked right now. Okay. He's going to hit me right about 6 minutes is when he's over here. So let's take a look. He's already starting his Nidus as well, so he can reinforce. Oh, that's a smart idea. Because then it deletes the defender's disadvantage almost. Because you can just Nidus into my main. Brilliant. Very nice play on him. He can hit me on 2 spots too. Alright, so right now let's look at what's going on. I'm on 55 workers. He's on 48 workers. He's starting to drone up now behind this, I'm assuming. A little bit. He's not taken a third yet, but he's just made more workers. Maybe it was a mistake. I have... he has 16 roaches. I have like 9 units total right now, which is an issue. It's not very good. I have a lot of gas. Going Roach Ravager rather than Hydralisk would have been a good idea. And I should have stayed on maybe 55 workers, so I could have had 5 more units right now. I already have some spines out here to help protect, but I have spines. I had 55 workers with spines, which is just pretty damn greedy. All right. These 3 Hydras I throw away. This is not good. This is not good. Should have ran in and stayed behind my wall. Making roaches now. Alright. So I'm still ahead on yeah. Okay, I think I should have banked up units. I should have set this hatchery back to here. And I should have set this hatchery maybe over to like just this part of the ramp here. So I could sandwich him in and then let him stay and fight these spines until I had a little army, then squish in. This Nidus up here I didn't have vision of. I should put an Overlord over here. This is a bad call. If I had seen... I do have an Overlord over here, I just didn't I should shoo away his overlords. I could have shooed this away with a queen a long time ago. I should really do that. That's one of the reasons you do it. Trickling in my army now. He's in my base. And now he is just all in me on 48 worker all in. There it is, more and more. Okay, so now we've died. Let's talk about how to control this a little bit better. What mistakes did I make in this game? The decision to not attack this wall with a shitload of lings and to cancel my baneling nest, that was a good decision. The decision to get really greedy and drone up really high was a good decision. Going to 55 workers is too greedy against this. This is what I know. So 51 is going to be my number. Point number 1. Point number 2, I need to shoo away overlords. So I need to have overlord vision spotting, and if I see that there are overlords on the map, if I see that there are overlords around, I need to shoot them away. I need to make sure that they are not there. As far as attacking, 2 spines right here was a good idea to defend this base. I could always pull these drones over to the main if I need to, because I've had 51 workers a lot longer than he has, so I could leverage that economy, and all my gases are actually over here. So if he tried to attack in this way, basically I could just have spines and do that. So attacking from this way, I slow him down, bank up units here, bank up units. I don't know where I want to do here. I guess I'll try in front of my wall for now, so I can sandwich him in when he tries to come and attack. No. I'll do behind my wall, because that way when he tries to push up, I can take these units, walk in, and then he's sandwiched on my ramp, which is good. So buildings here is a good idea. I like that. I might lose one, but if I'm doing this, I'll probably not do double upgrades. I'll just get massive. I'll just get one upgrade and a mass of units. Also, Hydras, I don't think I needed them. I could have just done Roach Ravager and made sure that he wasn't going, making sure that he wasn't going mutas after the switch. Also, one of the other things I should have done is as soon as he started moving out right here at 440, I should have, what I should have done right here, so I should have taken these lings. As soon as he starts walking out, I should have ran them up the ramp. As soon as he moves out here at like 5-minute mark or wherever it is. All the roaches, all the lings that I have on this side of the map, I pulled home. I should have ran them up right now. Oh, and then I would have even caught the Snitus. So yeah, as soon as I see shit moving out, I'm gonna take the 4 lings that I have spotting on this side of the map and try to run them up to his main, just to pull him home a little bit. Give me a little bit of extra time. Overall, one of the major things was just over droning. I got too greedy, but I feel that's a good reason to lose. I made a choice on this game, and I lost with that choice. But from that loss, I learned, and now we know if they're on 2 bases, 51 workers is plenty. 55 is too greedy. So, all right. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.